A little bit. Face, I love faces, and I love looking into the eyes, and it always gives me an insight of something very meaningful. I love this picture, and so it's here. And today I want you to recreate and manage your emotions. Basically, what does happen? Constantly you're saying, oh my God, I'm angry, I shouldn't be angry. We're having a very negative self-talk. I want you for a minute just to say, wherever I am, even if I'm angry, it's okay. Can we just say it loudly to ourselves? Whatever I'm feeling is okay. It's fine. Just to yourself loudly, hold your heart and say to yourself, you know, whatever I'm feeling today is perfectly fine. And you know why? Because it couldn't be any other way. That anger, that sadness, that loneliness, that emptiness, that difficult husband, that difficult child, that difficult health problem has come to teach me something beautiful today. Those are my teachers. And then just for a minute, bow down your head to whatever learning is going to come your way. Hold your hands open and allow, with the bowed head, the inspiration to walk into your hands, into your head, into your skin, into your hair. Feel life around you. Just allow the life to just walk in with you. And look at yourself, how amazingly beautiful you are. That boredom, that anxiety, that anger, that need to go out and create happiness. And what we're going to do today is break the mold of what we call predictability. And according to me, predictability is the only reason that any robber can be caught. Predictability is the only reason that you can be caught off guards, because we do things in a pattern. And what we need to do is get out of the pattern. And why is that important? You are bored because you put yourself in a pattern. If you let go of the pattern, life just opens up and becomes beautiful. So what I want you to do is imagine and we are not doing bottle art. Imagine whether you are in this bottle or in the black bottle. Write down in the chat, which bottle are you in? Just put yourself whether you're in this bottle or you're in this bottle. I don't know what that means for your subconscious level. But just think, are you in a transparent bottle or are you in a dark bottle? And you don't have to tell me anything. You just have to write down. Very good. Most of you are saying transparent, 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 transparent. Very nice. Do you always want to be in this bottle? That's the next question. Or is it okay sometimes to be in this bottle? Is it okay for you to be sometimes in this bottle and sometimes in this bottle? Sometimes yes, Indira says. Sometimes yes. Okay.
Sometimes yes.
Absolutely, Sunita. Sometimes yes. So if this was showing me the darkness of my life, and this bottle was showing me the transparent bottle, most of you chose the transparent bottle and said, I would like to be in the black bottle sometimes. My question to you is, why do you want to be in the bottle?
You gave this option. You gave these options.
Yeah, but who asked you to take it? We are still captured in the bottle. Does it matter whether it's a transparent bottle or a black bottle? Imagine you are inside this bottle right there. And that being inside the bottle is where you're stuck. We are stuck in our routine and our predictability, and then we are choosing the better of the two. But why are we not out of the bottle? Why are we limiting ourselves and being in a black bottle or a white bottle? Yes, Manjushri.
Yes, ma'am. Anudhi, I wanted to say, I want to be in the transparent bottle because as I stay in a joint family, I'll have to say that thing. I stay in a joint family. So I have to see 10 other faces
I get
beneath
that.
my.
Manjushri, I want you to now sit down and write down in your head, do you have to be in the bottle?
I want to be in bottle.
Okay. And that's okay. But can you think of how life will be if you're not in the bottle at all?
That will be enjoyment, but sometimes I will say I'll have to be even careful from my child also.
One minute. Manjushri, just look here. Don't
Yes.
answer. Just understand. And that's brilliant what you brought up. I'm going to take you off the spotlight so that everybody can see this. I'm going to take Manjushri off spotlight and we will come back later. I want you to look at these bottles. This has got limited oxygen, limited ideas. If you're out of the bottle, it does not mean you're going to not live your life with discipline. It just means you will give yourself opportunities. That's all it means. Okay, so you've got what I'm trying to say here. I gave you a choice and you took a choice, but you didn't take the choice. That could be the third choice or the fourth choice or the fifth choice. And life doesn't just come with a manual of two choices. Life comes and says, live your life completely and fully. So you've understood what I'm trying to say today. And today I'm going to not restrict what colors we are using. I'm not going to restrict where our brush goes, what brushes are we using, what are we using at the base. The only thing I would say is have a paper, and I'm going to put the paper down here. Have a paper that's thick enough to take the water. I've taken a water paper, which is, sorry, I have to keep moving. My table is, okay, it's 140 pounds, 300 grams per m square, cold press paper. You can even do this on a board or on any other paper. We've done in past drawings like this. These were meditative drawings. And today again, we are going to go into meditation. What I want you to do is
paper or canvas.
You can also use canvas. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to use inks. I'm going to use acrylic paints. I'm going to use acrylic tubes. I'm going to use watercolor paints. Whatever I feel like. I'm not restricting myself because I don't have to be in a bottle. So just for a second, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Put your hands out like this. And allow the universe to throw resources at you, which you will be using today in your right hand And as the resources come in the right hand, you will find your right hand getting heavier and heavier. And as the right hand gets heavier, it will start moving down, slowly moving down, slowly moving down, slowly moving down. You don't need to know what are the resources that are coming from the universe. All you need to know is that your hand is getting heavier, and so many resources are just being transferred to you from the universe. And as you get resources, you can feel as if a balloon is tied on the other hand, and you are giving yourself freedom to do what feels right, and your hand is slowly moving up as if it's tied with a balloon that's carrying it up, an air balloon that's carrying your hand up, 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 up. You can feel the resources coming, your right hand moving down, 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 and down. Keep breathing. Keep allowing the resources to come into your right hand and allowing the right hand to move down as it gets heavier. Imagine your other hand being tied with a beautiful, bright balloon which has got air in it, which is going to lift your hand because you're feeling lighter, lighter, and lighter. Okay, snap out of it. You have a paper right in front of you, and this is what you're going to do first. Select what you want to write on the paper. So what we're going to do is, you can take a pen, which doesn't work, because we're going to dip or the end of the brush like this. You can take, I'm going to take an ice cream stick. Why ice cream stick? Because it's nice. It looks like a bamboo stick. I'm just going to take a bamboo stick, and you can use whatever you fancy. You can even use your fingers. And I'm going to be dipping it in my colors. Opening the colors right in front of you. I'm using acrylic colors to write because I have a wide range of bright colors, which might adjust. The first color that's come in my hand is red. And I'm just going to write with it. I'm just going to dip it. And I'm going to write on the paper whatever comes to my mind. You don't have to use just one color. You can use various colors, and that's why I kept the ice cream sticks. And I can don't think too much what's going to be the end result of anything. Just write whatever comes to your mind. What's coming to my mind, I'm writing. It doesn't have to be the same. Become aware that the whole process is just about expressing. Just writing. It could be a poetry that you write. It could be a message that you write to yourself. It could be a message to your loved ones that you're writing. Just going to pick up another stick from here. Love my red sticks. So I'm picking up all the very bright colors. I'm getting attracted to extremely bright colors. And I feel like just going. And you can use any colors that you feel are right for you. You don't have to be restricted. Just writing to yourself, talking to yourself like that 8-year-old was speaking to the tree, to the apple seed, just like that. Is everybody with me? You can even use your finger. If you don't have anything else, just be out of the box, out of the bottle. If you don't have colors, you can even use coffee, haldi, turmeric, that is, tea. Okay, and I feel I
Can
need,
you use brush?
I'm not even using a brush.
No, you can we.
Of course you can. Can we see how we want to go back to predictability? Which is okay. Of course you can use anything. Like I said, whatever you feel like. I just want you to experience what happens when we use different tools, different colors. How are you feeling about it? Hey, may not be evident to anyone what I'm writing and why I'm writing, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to be just going like the way I'm going right now. Love the way yellow is just merging. Okay. So is everybody with me till here? Take your time. There's absolutely no hurry. Do what your heart desires. I'm taking alcoholic ink right now. It's a watercolor paper, so it's going to absorb it extremely well.
Anudhi, presently I'm doing all the drawing with my pencil only
Perfect.
because I don't have colors. I'm not in Kolkata presently. I'm in Mumbai.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I'm doing and you can always create this later, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
idea is to understand what am I doing. Okay. Once you have written what you needed to write, and remember we have watercolor paper right here. So now I'm going to also use a little bit of watercolor, and I have right here my watercolors. Just going to add a little bit of water to it because watercolor needs water. And so I'm using various mediums. I've used ink. I'm still,
Which color did you use earlier?
it doesn't matter. Use the colors you feel like using.
Acrylic.
Actually, use the colors that, imagine you're playing Holi and you're using colors. Don't go by what I have created. It doesn't matter. It's not my canvas. It's your life, your boredom that you're changing. Got it? Okay. So I brought in a little bit of watercolor. And what am I going to do next? The next thing I'm going to do is spread these colors. So I have, can everybody mute themselves, please? Thank you. I brought a bottle like this with water. You can a spray like this, and I'm just going to watercolor. So it's just going to, can you see what's happening? So the sticks I'd used. Okay, how's everybody doing? It's pin drop silence. Since it's a watercolor paper, it can take a lot of spray like this. Okay, and I can move these colors around now. So all that I've written is going to remain in the background and nobody can actually read it, because the whole idea is not people reading it. The whole idea is you giving yourself choices. And I'm moving the paper around and the colors are just merging and just merging and just moving. Okay, that really feels very comforting to my heart. I'm completely out of the box now, completely out of the bottle right now. Okay, wow. It feels like the sea is coming, the water, the waves are moving, and then they're moving back. And again, the sea waves are coming through and they're moving back. And they're moving through and they're coming back. They're moving through. Wow. And coming back. We don't have to get attached to the idea of, oh, what will be the outcome? That's exactly where we are in our predictability. What will be the outcome? What will be the goal? What will happen? No, nothing. Just allow it to be. When the waves are coming on the shore, they don't have an outcome. They're just coming there because they enjoy being in the space that they are. Become the wave. Be the wave. A wave of change, a wave of getting yourself out of the box, and keep absorbing as you feel that the sea water is coming and going, what's happening. Anybody wants to share at this point and say how they're feeling? Anything that's happening unusual with you? Anything that you're becoming aware of? How uncomfortable are you because this is not structured? Is there a need to go back to a structure and say, no, it should be like this only, or she's ruining the whole painting? And no, just loving it, just going up and down, just moving with it. Beautiful merger of colors, not thinking, just allowing it to be. Now I'm taking a kitchen towel because I don't have time to dry it. And I'm going to take off the excess. And what am I going to do? And when I take off the excess, I take the kitchen towel, I crumble it like this, and just do this. Okay. And breathe, guys. Remember to breathe always. Remember to breathe. We forget to breathe so many times. We're so busy chasing perfection that we forget to breathe. Okay. How are you feeling? Focus on your emotions. Is there anything called perfect love, perfect picture, perfect sunset, perfect sunrise, a perfect child, a perfect relationship, a perfect mom, a perfect boss? Is there? Okay. I can already see it's looking so beautiful. And that's because I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm not attached that it has to be like that. And breathe, guys, and breathe. Never forget to breathe. We've used various different colors, different medias. Okay. I just love the way it's just merging. There's some words that are being seen. Some words are just not there. They've kind of gone. If I was writing them on the sand, the waves would just come and carry those words away into the sea, into the universe, into the sand. And no one would know what am I writing. And yet I make a beautiful sketch. Hey, how's everybody? How's everybody doing? Put it down in the chat box if you don't want to talk. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I have a lot of messages there.
This is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
Peaceful.
thank you. And you know what? Whatever you did is perfect. Whatever you did is perfect. Whichever paper you took is perfect. Whichever color you took is perfect. It's because who is going to tell you what's perfect? Who is going to tell you? Who tells you this is perfect way of doing things? And that when someone tells you, you are going into their bottle, into their box, I just feel like emptying out all the color that's still there on my stick, just moving with it. Yes. And now, if you have a magazine or a tissue paper or any of the things that are kept, which you could use like a collage, you can get them out. So I'm going to be using this paper napkins. You can use a magazine paper, whatever you feel is right. So I'm going to be using this paper and choosing the florals. So against the background that I've created, I'm not looking at the color combination. I'm just saying, this is what I want. I'm also going through other, and it feels right to use this one, these flowers. So I'm going to use these. Let's see if I have a dark background. Okay, so let's begin with these. You can pick up anything from the magazine. There's nothing right or wrong. And maybe I can use a peacock. Okay, so what am I going to do now? If these were the people coming into your life and this is the canvas on which you're painting your life and this is the canvas on which I'm painting my life, I'm just going to choose what kind of people are coming in my life, and they could be like roses like this, and I'm going to cut it into a small piece, maybe put a collage form right here. I'm just setting it up. I need to put off the fan. So I'm putting a small piece here. And you don't need to be the same size. You can cut it with your hand. There is no perfection required anywhere. And I'm putting it in a certain pattern. I feel that I need to put them on 4 extremes. Your paper can be anything. You don't have to do this paper only. This is the paper that resonates with me. I'm going to pick up the peacock color page and just going to use this beautiful peacock shape right in the center. Pick up a small piece like this here, a small piece like this here. So you can arrange the way you feel is right. I'm still going to arrange how I feel this is going to be. So these can be people, situations that are coming in your life. How can you place them so that it feels right to you? Right according to who? I often hear people saying, I want to be right, but right according to who? And what is right and what is wrong? I feel I just need to kind of make these into smaller pieces, maybe put right here. And sometimes there can be a bit of a struggle as to where you want to put these pieces. And maybe you don't want it predictably be happening again. So just move. Pick up any magazine, it doesn't matter, even if it's a newspaper, it would do. The whole idea is just for you to know that you are creating something that's meaningful for you. Okay. I feel I've cluttered it too much, and I feel I need to take some people off my and some situations off my board, or maybe minimize them. So I feel the greens are a bit too much. So I'm going to remove this one piece, putting it right here, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so now next thing to do is I'm going to stick this right here. What I've done is you can in the tissue papers, the layers come out. You can either use tissue and the layers.
Anudi, see what I have done.
Please show. 1 minute, Manju. Wow, beautiful, amazing,
Thank you, Anudi.
amazing. Okay. So we continue, and what I've done is I've removed the paper out. And I'm going to be sticking this one right here. So I'm putting a little bit. You can either use mud podge or Fevicol. It does not matter. So I'm applying the glue because this is my family stuck to me like glue. And they are an important part of my life. And they are merged into my being as if they and me is one person. Just wetted my finger a little bit. Okay, that feels really nice to merge my family right within. I'm going to use this paper, remove it out. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm removing excess of the tissue paper out. And keep your fan off if you are in a country where fan is required, because otherwise your work is going to fly all over the place. And breathe. And this feels like my husband, who I've spent 30 years of my life with. And I'm right now putting him right here. I haven't been an easy person for him. He hasn't been an easy person for me either. So we've been like roses in each other's life. And yet roses have got thorns and beautiful fragrance. So can you see I'm just merging my family? You can use anything, guys, right from a newspaper to a magazine cutouts, anything. Be out of the box. There is nothing mandatory that you have to do this or you should do this. The minute it comes to your head, oh, I should do this, you're on the wrong track. Okay, this feels like my daughter. She's always been someone who's like a peacock of my life, someone who's very bright and beautiful. And I don't think I tell her often how much I love her. That's because she's not with me. She's right now in UK working. And I think it's just bringing a sense that I should tell her more often how much I care about her. Can you see that? Can you see how it's just changing? The look of the whole paper is changing. This feels like my dad. And I just feel like putting him right here in the center. He's been the center of my universe. A beautiful flower is not there in my life anymore, but he's there in my life always. So he's not there in this world anymore, but he's there in my life always. Can you see this? Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm sticking the papers, guys. And I'm actually talking to myself and saying, oh, wow, that's so beautiful. I'm so lucky that I have these people in my life. And it just feels that I need to get this beautiful, beautiful community. And this community represents all of you. Get set up in my life. So I'm going to pull off. This paper just feels like Get Set Up. And it feels right for me to give gratitude to Get Set Up at this point. Just move with it. What comes for you? You don't have to copy me. You don't have to have the same narrative. Okay. That feels like it needs to come somewhere here. It's no point taking out a meaning out of why it needs to be there. It's my gut feeling, and that's how I feel, and I'm going to go with my emotions. And I'm going to stick this right here. These are all the other guides. Everybody put together, the whole community, each one of you have added colors into my life like a peacock. And again, I'm using my finger and water just to merge it. It's beautiful to touch something. And what can be more beautiful when you can touch the creation that you have created? Okay. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Guys, how are you doing?
Anu, how do you peel the backing off that piece?
Okay, so in the magazines, if you take, you can't take out the piece, but a napkin or a serviette, as you call it, would have 3 layers like this, and comes out extremely easy, and you can pull it out in layers.
Do you soak it in water?
No, you just tear it. Don't cut it with scissor, and it comes very easily. If you cut it with scissor, that's a very predictable way of doing it. It won't talk to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is everybody good? Is there anything you haven't understood? Okay, so I'm still continuing, and as I was speaking, that's a piece from my past where I taught in the college, and I love what I've just done and put that piece right here. And this feels like my nani house, my mother's mom's house, and everyone in that house. I'm just going to bring another peacock in my life, and I'm going to look at the amount of paper that's just come out. That's not required. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of Mud Podge there. If you don't have Mud Podge, please use Fevicol diluted, or even if you use straight, it's fine. Just keep dipping your hand in the water and then work with it. Okay, This feels like this is how I want it to be. Yes. Okay. So that's my nan's house, my nani house, and that feels really nice. I feel I've like merged a lot of color, and all these people have a meaning in my life. And this is special tribute to all the people from Vikram's family. That's my husband. It's so important. I always feel that you were gifted with one family, then you're given an opportunity to have another. And yet, most of us have problems with both the sides of the family. So, a big tribute for these all people to be my biggest teachers. I've been constantly digging as to how to have a better relationship. Do you have to have the best relationship with everyone? No, there is no should. If I can, I will. If I can't, it's fine. But I need to acknowledge the role that they have played, the learnings that they have done because of them, I have done in my life. And again, it's a beautiful rose. It's a beautiful rose, and I'm using my fingers and I'm just merging it in the picture, just merging it in the picture. I'm getting my towel back, the one that I'd used before, and the other side, just pressing it down so that it dries up fast. At this point, you could also use a hair dryer if you want, but just let's just work with the towel and see if this works for us. Okay, so how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How's everybody feeling? Good. Any insights, Cora?
Nothing. I'm just letting myself go.
Wonderful. Can't be better than that. You have to let yourself go, and only when you do that can you live your life completely and totally. So, what is the next step from here? We have about 20 minutes left. I have to keep looking at the time. And from here, I'm going to now start looking at if I can see what I want to create. Remember, I showed you the lady's face right in the beginning. And what if I can see a face peeping out of this? Looks like, oh my God, where will I find a face? But you never know what you're going to find in your collage in the way that you are looking at it. So I'm going to just first wipe off all the water, if there is any, so that it really feels dry and everything is nicely merged and becomes the part of one. And it doesn't talk like different pieces.
Ma'am, I
Yes,
want to add one line.
please go ahead, Sabha.
भाई आज मैंने एक ही बात सीखी है, रंगों के तरह अगर निखरना है तो बिखरना जरूरी है. If you want to shine, you have to explore yourself.
Absolutely. You have to give yourself a chance to get out of the bottle and create the world of unpredictability. Predictability does not take us anywhere other than a routine and a mundane life. You want something extraordinary? Then get out of the box. Be a child. Be a child. So what I want to do from here is I'm going to turn it around, and this feels like a face of a woman. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to start taking a pencil and drawing where I feel there are faces or bodies or something that feels that it's going to come up. This needs to actually dry before I work, but it doesn't really matter because I like the merging look that happens. And I'm just going to bring up my pens and let's see where I can find the feel that there is a face right here. And it's still very, very wet. My paper is very, very wet. And I'm using a gel pen now. It's a beautiful gel pen. And this feels like the head. This feels like the eyes. Feels like a little mouth. I wish I could show you closer, and I'm going to try doing that. Let me see if I can beam. Okay, look at this rose. Look at this rose. Can you see that this part looks like a little face coming up, and this looks like a headgear on the top, and this feels like the neck. Can you see that, guys? So search for figures in your, can you see that? Okay, so I'm repeating again. This feels to me like the face. This feels like the neck. This feels like the eyes, and this feels like a cape on top of a woman's head. So I'm going to go.
Anudi, next to the rose is you sitting there and observing the rose. See in the black color.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that is a black color. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very clear.
Yeah. So you can feel that there is a woman sitting here.
Yes.
And this is how you're going to look at shapes and start creating what is coming up for you. Okay. So there is no hard and fast rule, or you have to see a woman's face. You might see birds there.
Manjushri.
You might see birds, you might see number of things, and allow it to be. I'm putting the camera down. Search for shapes. So I am getting intrigued by the face that's showing to me. And I'm feeling as if, so I'm going to just draw with the pink pen. You can use the white gel pen. The whole idea is that you can see the shapes. You can see.
Manjushri, show your drawing now, please.
Hey, are others able to find shapes in your painting? Are you able to find some shapes?
Oh,
I'm
wow.
just stopping
Beautiful.
here. Are you able to find any shapes?
Beautiful, Manju.
Okay, Anjana, no? Okay, so use, 1 minute, Anjana. I'm just bringing you. Sit down peacefully. You might find birds there. I can see a lot of birds sitting in your drawing, by the way. You might find birds, you might find flowers. I found a face because that's what I like. You don't have to pick up, see where you feel a bird is there. Just mark that bird delicately so that we can give it more, like the more character, the more meaning into it, and we can add paints over there. Got it? Is there anyone else who wants to show your drawing? Anyone else who wants to show your drawing? I didn't realize it.
I had only sketch pen, so I've done doodling.
That's okay. What I'm going to do is put you all in a gallery view, and let's put all the drawings together. And can you please take and I'm going to just take a photograph of everyone. Can you all please keep your cameras on? Shabash. Very nice. And whatever you've done is beautiful. Can I request all of you to keep your cameras on? Okay, if you haven't done anything, Sabah, that's nice. Merge it, Sabah. Merge the things together. It's beautiful. Merge the things together a bit more. Can you do that, Sabah? So that you can find unpredictability. I'm going to go to Cora. Cora, just bringing it up over here. Your drawing. That's Sabah. Let's get Cora in. Sabah, show your drawing. What I want you to do is merge these things together. Can you do that, Sabah? Later.
Yes, I will do. Yes, I
Perfect.
will.
Perfect. And it's very beautiful. Okay, let's get Cora right here. Cora, let me see. Oh, that's amazing. Can we bring her back there again? Please do not take her out from. Can you guys see that? Completely unpredictable. Go see shapes in it now. It feels more like the river and the house and everything. It's brilliant. How are you feeling? How are you
Good.
feeling when you've done this?
Good.
Good. So are you able to figure out who is who and what you put over there and what that means?
Nothing. I was just trying to capture the beach with the water. That's it. Because I live in Goa.
Anudhi, I'll say in
One time,
Cora's
that's
drawing,
what
I
I've
will
done.
say one thing in Cora's drawing.
Yes.
Onto my right hand corner, she
Yes.
is blowing the breeze. See in
Absolutely.
the purple color,
Yes.
right hand corner top.
Yes.
She's blowing a breeze, something
It
like
feels
this.
too, when you're turning it around, it feels as if you're blowing breeze and there are little hearts all around the place and flowers all around the place. Well done. Well done. Good job.
I love the beach. The thing that is behind, I've done that.
Ah,
Oh,
see the water right behind you also.
Yeah, I love the beach. That's why I moved to Goa.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So let's. Okay. So we have last 3 minutes left. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed today's artwork. I hope you enjoyed what we've got for you. And it did take you out of your mundane thinking. What really happens is when we can manage our emotions, when we are doing drawing, when we let go and embrace our boredom, embrace our anxiety, embrace our anger, not trying to get rid of it, just accepting that people in our life could also bring this into our life, and yet they are part of our life, and they could create something extremely meaningful. Happiness is not about exiting from a place. Happiness is not about rejecting or getting rid of. Happiness is about merging and understanding everything is part of you. And if you are feeling angry, then there is something that's happening outside and inside you. And accepting that anger can help you to break the mold of predictability. Because often we try to get rid of, let go, and it's a very difficult process. Rather than thinking about letting go, just let's first become aware it's there and let's do something about it, put it down on the paper, because now it's not inside you, it's out on the paper. And you can make that paper into the most beautiful paper of your life. So if you really like,
Anu ma'am,
yes,
Parul has done. I was watching even Parul doing. Parul,
I'm going to see her. Parul, you didn't show us.
she
So,
was showing.
okay. I'm just going to go back after this and have a look at Parul's. Please do click explore to see the classes of your interest and enroll for them. Check your email and please do give us the feedback for today's program. Share your experience and hashtag get set up at get set up. And if you have a get set up story to tell us, please share it at social@getsetup.io. And if you feel that you have a talent that can really, really help others, please to get in touch with us at help@getsetup.io. So I want to see Parul's drawing. Parul, 1 minute. That's beautiful, Parul. That's beautiful. Just spread it, just merge it. And what we are not doing is merging. Until we don't merge, it will not create a design. So it's a beautiful, now you take a little bit of watercolor and just merge it, or you can even take let's say acrylic color and just work with your fingers around it and let the below thing kind of guide you, as if that's like a down spray. Because if you look, the writing that was written has got merged. There is nothing, and this will be now worked on. This is the basis. Now this becomes the paper on which you are going to draw. Monaji? Yes, Monaji? Okay. So time is always ticking. Love you all. And thank you very much, and acknowledge each and every one of you. And I acknowledge my new TA today. I'm having trouble pronouncing her name. Could you please unmute yourself and tell us your name once more?
Thiri, ma'am. Thiri.
Thiri. So I really want to thank Thiri for being such an amazing person, holding the whole group together. I acknowledge myself right now. I, Anu Mehta, Dr. Anu Mehta, signing out, and love you all. Stay happy, stay healthy. We'll be meeting again today, twice more, at 5 o'clock in the evening, and then again at 7. I'm going to be doing sound healing. At 5, we're going to do another drawing session. So get your materials and let's sit down and work together. Love you all. Stay happy, stay healthy.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Thiri.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm.